great. So guys, had a great time in Atlanta. We sat down with the queens, Xave and Usha, along with Miss Angela, and they were able to like share their stories and just kind of elaborate on the experience and their journeys using these plant-based natural wild herbs to help heal people, both on the healing end and on a preventative end. And that's pretty much where we at as of now. We're on a preventative end, and one of our favorite ones, and we always, every time we can, we always re-up on our sea moss bladderwracks, and it's only two ingredients, but those 2 ingredients give you 92 minerals, and your body houses 102 out of that 92. So this is a very multi-mineral complex. That's the best way to describe it, and I'm just going to dive in and tell you guys exactly how this formula helps us in a day-to-day. So starting off, it helps with teeth, bones, blood, heart, thyroids, and diabetes. For those of us who suffer with like weight loss or obesity, it's really good. It helps calm the appetite. It dissolves the fat. Okay, and it improves the digestive system. It helps regulate your bowels, and you know, if there's any obstructions down there, it also helps to alleviate that as well. It's really high in zinc and calcium and iron. It also is good for those who are suffering from any pulmonary or respiratory ailments. Common colds and flus, that's another thing. It helps addresses and nourish the skin. I've actually been using the sea moss as of late as a mask. Once upon a time, not too long ago, I had skin issues, and it would be on and off. I would have like some good days, some bad days, some good years, some bad years, but overall I was always fighting with this. I actually changed my my diet at an early age, thinking that it would help me, but it never really did up until now. So now, instead of using my clay mask, which I spent not much money on, I actually use this. So like the sea moss, I use internally and externally. I use it in my teas, my smoothies, and like I said, I actually use the same thing to put on my face, and it's been clearing, it's been drying it up, it's been causing my skin to peel, and it's been enhancing my glow. So some of you who see the video or see me like, oh my god, you know, shiny forehead, or she has this glow, well, it definitely comes from within. I say that. This also helps with those who suffer from any like radiation poisoning or who are recovering from cancer. It's really good. This is a builder. It builds you up, and it also helps pull out that unneeded stuff as well. It's not as good as, say, a cell cleanser, which is actually one of my favorites, to say the least.
That's the main reason why sea moss is good for a fast, right? All them things
right.
that you pretty much said, me being on it for 7 days or whatever, like it was like my 1 a day meal.
It's a meal replacer, you know, for the most part. So yeah, definitely for those who, like myself, to kind of dive back into that, I would go from night, which is after dinner, from breakfast up until lunch, maybe after lunch, on just 32 ounces of sea moss, which I usually do about 1 tablespoon per 8 ounces. So you do the math. So I'll do like 4 tablespoons, 32 ounces of, whether it's a smoothie or just water with my key lime and maybe my agave of maple, and I'll go over 12 hours solely on this. As a matter of fact, when we went to Atlanta Friday, I actually went the whole day along on just 32 ounces of sea moss and just drinking water here and there. So it is really good for those who are considering fasting or just maybe like decreasing their solid food intake. You can definitely replace it with this, and she has a few other products you can use and complement to your fast, or if you see yourself kind of like pulling off of whole foods. And like I was saying with the cell cleanser, I tried hers back in March. After doing Dr. Sebi's last year and Jamal's earlier this year with New Life. This one, I love it more so than the other chelations or cell cleansers out there because it's in tablet form. I don't have to experience that influx of bitterness You get a little, but I love this, and it's so powerful, guys. Like, let me tell you, like within the first couple of days, you're feeling it moving. Like when you look back at your bowels, because it does increase the bowel movements. It helps with removing any toxins, poison, heavy metals in your body. Like this stuff, it pushes it out through your bowel movements for the most part. So you'll see mucus, you'll see, you know, long bowel movements. Like you'll see that in there, and then after a while, you know, maybe the second or third day, you'll see it being able, like soon as it hits the water, it's kind of like dispersing. But once you see it kind of get a little running, you can fall back. It requires, or according to the label, it's 1 in the morning and 1 at night. And I'm gonna say with personal experience, after, like I said, the first couple of days, I really didn't need it because I've already been through a cleanse. You can start pulling back on the cell cleanser because your body no longer needs to eliminate, and at that point it's requiring nourishment so it can build itself back up. So I'm just going to go ahead and jump into some more of those builders. I've already said about the sea moss. The sea moss come in tablet form, so those who don't want to go through making teas and shakes, you don't really have that time, they have it in pill form. We also have the Viento, which is really awesome. This one right here, it's an energizer. It builds cells. Okay, it helps to revitalize, you know, give you tons of energy, and once again, 100% plant-based.
Natural Red Bull.
All right, nature's Red Bull is what he's saying, and it's another one. It's high in iron, so you know we all need that pretty much on this particular part of the hemisphere. It's great for like your brain, your central nervous system, and also help combat cravings for those who suffer from any addiction, whether it be substance abuse, which come in many forms, or you know, food abuse. Like here's another thing to help you kind of like replace your meals throughout the day. If you need a little kick in your butt after drinking that sea moss in the morning, and here comes the afternoon and you still trying to fight that fast, or you still trying to get through that fast, the Viento is actually really helpful along with the green food. Now, I'm not saying you need all of these things, I'm just giving you options. I know last year when Aaron did his cleanse through the Sebi's office, I mean, that boy was living off of this stuff. And the green food is also kind of similar to the sea moss. It has not the same ingredients, but it is a multi-mineral complex. It offers high levels of chlorophyll, which is a good plant-based protein and mineral. It's enriched with tons of things to help with the entire body. It promotes good health, and it's great for energy. So for those of us who are like lackluster, all of these builders are here to build you up in energy and, you know, kind of like in essence.
For people who really don't have big major problems, the green food, the Viento, and the sea moss will be your trinity right there for those track people. Football people, sports players, anybody sports players, Viento, green food pill, and sea moss will be your thing. Natural, none of that C4, all that stuff contains niacin, which burns your skin, turn it yellow. None of the powder forms out there. If you want to go to some all natural, all this stuff right here you can take without even eating. All that C4 and all that other stuff, you try to do that by itself without eating nothing and see what happens. But yeah.
So now that I've pretty much explained some of those key builders that's going to give you a lot of minerals, I would say even some vitamins, which is a play on words, but we also have the male and female formula. Now I'm gonna go ahead and hit on the female formula since I am a lady. What it does, it helps nourish. It's a nourisher that helps address all of the female organs. It balances the hormones and the estrogen, and it helps alleviate like PMS, menopause, depression, stress, and cramps. Is good for fertility. Now, when I'm counseling or coaching or just listening to young and old, but mostly like the more mature women, they always kind of fight me on this one. Like, well, I'm not trying to get pregnant. I'm not trying to go down that path. I really don't need that. But ma'am, if you're having problems as a whole organism, then you definitely need to address your hormone situation, because that helps regulate the rest of your body. It helps facilitate the rest of the minerals and the rest of the electrolytes and the rest of the chemicals that your body is producing on a nanosecond basis. You need your hormones to help regulate the rest of that, because if one part of the system is shot, you can just pretty much say the rest is going to follow.
I was just about to ask you that. So pretty much, if the gates to heaven are broke, then something else pretty much is broke inside the body too.
Right.
Okay.
Right. It's like Xave say, and many of the healers, you know, don't try to cancel out the ones that's telling you, like the part of your body, like your glands, for instance. Like if you have a flare up in your glands, or if you hit a creaking in your bones, don't ignore that by giving yourself ibuprofen or something, or you know, getting an antibiotic. Your body is telling you that for a reason. Something needs to be addressed.
Yeah. So pretty much, you got a headache for a reason. You take the leave to make the headache stop, when really it's something you putting in your mouth.
You're just giving it a Band-Aid. You know, like you're just putting a bucket under that leak. And that's not what we're here to do. We're here to address. Just delete that and then start over. And please sit down. What were you doing? Were you recording?
Let's take pictures of you.
Babe, you was not taking pictures unless it was a million pictures.
I had to.
Did you delete it?
Yeah. No, I didn't. Because there was an intro with it too. I'm just going to cut it. So let's continue.
So you just try to smile everything like yeah, you think you just smile and everything just fixed. That's why I stopped playing with you. You no longer can smile and like, oh, everything is good. No, it don't work that way. You're on a chopping block. Yeah, I'm so tired. Come get him.